Yeah, good day. This is Abiola Olaiwola. I want to address the issue of trousers in church. Is it a sin to put on trousers because some denomination put on trousers and some denomination did not put on trousers? But when people rush to the book of Deuteronomy 22 verse 5 that says a man should not put on a woman's clothes and vice versa, that is abominable unto the Lord. And people try to justify their act of putting trousers by saying, well, that particular scripture is written to the Israelites. But here I'm trying to make it to understand and address it. I'm not necessarily to wear trouser or not to wear trouser, but I want to address what the scripture is really trying there. In the Old Testament period, there's nothing like trousers. They all put on this gown like a raiment, and they used to use rope as girdle. And there's not like a male cloth or a female cloth. They all put on the same clothes, the same gown. Do you understand? But what God is really trying to differentiate is that He doesn't want them to be unclean due to the discharge of the female. So if a male should put on a female's clothes, definitely the discharge will make that male unclean and it is abominable into the presence of God. But now to New Testament Christians, during those periods, there's nothing like trouser. That's their culture. But we are Gentiles Christians. And Deuteronomy chapter 22 was written to the Israelites also when they want to cross over to the Canaan land prior before Moses' death. So we new Christians, what are the things that we're supposed to put into consideration? Remember when the Gentiles began to come into the Christian fold, they had a meeting in Acts chapter 15 verse 20 and they instructed them on what they want the Gentiles to observe so that they can be able to follow Christ, which says in the book of Acts chapter 15 verse 20, which says, but we write unto them that they abstain from pollutions of idols and from fornications and from things strangled from the blood, from things strangled and from the blood. So what I'm trying to make us to understand today is that the Bible does not say you should put on these clothes, as it was different cultures with different people. In Scotland, they put on skirts, and that doesn't mean they are going to hell because of their skirt or their trousers. But what God is trying to make us to understand is that even if you are putting on trousers, don't be a stumbling block for another fellow. The Bible makes us understand the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 8. Paul said, if eating meat will make my brother to stumble, I would rather not eat meat. If putting on your trousers you're going to make your brother to stumble, why putting on a trouser? And also the Bible makes us to understand that if we should look at anybody lustfully, we have already committed this adultery in our heart towards them. So if you want to put on a trouser, I believe you have to be decent about it. You have to put it on a very, very good trouser that will not bring out your curves, your shapes, and they will not make anybody to stumble. There are some countries that are very cold, and skirts will not be preferable for you to wear there. You put on trouser so that you have this heat and this warmth. Do you understand? But the bottom line still remains that what are you doing? Are you doing the Bible says anything we do, we should do it into the glory of God. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 31, whether we eat or drink, whatever thing we are doing, we should do it to the glory of God. You putting on your trouser to church, are you doing it for the glory of God? We are doing it so that people can know that you have this curves and this, or for your own glory. These are things you have to put into consideration. But because the Bible condemns trouser, there's no way in the scripture that the Bible condemns trouser. So I'm here to make you to understand, to have this thing in your head. The reason why you are dressing the way you are dressing. Are you dressed so that people can lust over you? Or you are dressing so that people can glorify God through you? With or without trouser, people can still lust with your mode of dressing. But anything you are doing, you should try to do it for the glory of God. Remember, what was written to the Gentile church was obtained from the pollution of idols, from meat that are strangled to death, from blood, and from fornication. Every other thing else, they can do it. So whether to put on trouser or not, it's not for me it's not for me to tell you what to do. That's not my decision. But the primary thing still remain: anything you are doing, anything you are putting on, be modest about it. All things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be mastered by anything. Don't dress in a way that will make a Christian fellow to lust. And don't dress in a way that other Christian members want to emulate and make other Christian fellows also to stumble. I hope this helps. Once again, my name is Abiola Olaiwola. Please kindly share this video. I love you all. God bless. Have a productive year.